So recently I went on a craft lot buying binge, and one of the lots I bought was from Stacy at Stacy Works. I'll put the name of her channel here, and I'll put a link in the description. You should definitely go take a look at her channel. It's always fun. She sometimes her cat makes an appearance, and you'll hear her talking to who she refers to as her sweet angel, which is her grandbaby. It's always just brings a smile to my face when I am watching Stacy's videos. She unboxes for ThredUp, and well, not for ThredUp, but she unboxes ThredUp rescue boxes. And I think she's done some America's Thrift Supply and some thrift hauls from her local thrift stores. So go check her channel out if you have not already. You will probably enjoy that as much as I do. So this is the craft lot that I bought from Stacy, and it's been a while because I bought several in a row. I've already unboxed Carol's, and I'll try to put a link to that one in the description of this video. I unboxed something that I got from Maryland and something that I got from, let's see, did I unbox Susie's yet? I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But lots of craft pieces because I guess I just have to get crafty. I have to feed my my addiction, I guess. So here's how, I forgot to talk about how Stacy packaged this. Look at the air pillows to protect all of these items. And then everything is in a bag. Yeah, this is a pretty substantial craft lot. It feels pretty heavy. And there it is. Let's get a first look. This looks fun right here. Little pendant brooch combo. Can't wait to see what's in that. But I see some natural stone. I see lots of gold tone. There's a single earring. Those are always good for crafting. Oh, those are nice. I don't see anything wrong with those, Stacy. What's up with that? Maybe some rose quartz. So, oh, that's pretty. So, can't wait to get into this. So, I'm going to weigh this first. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my scale, and with this pad is not, it's a little cushioned, a little padded, so it may not give a down to the gram accurate reading. But this is almost 6 pounds of craft items. Wow. Okay, I just wanted to know, and I checked while I was out getting my scale in the next room, and I have already opened Susie's, and as soon as I saw that hers was open, I thought, why did I not remember that in the moment when I was recording? But anyway, I have opened Susie's. I still have one to open from Lindsay Clark, and you need to check her channel out as well, and Susie's. I'll link Carol's and Susie's and Lindsay's channels all in the description of this video. Go give their channels a try if you have not already. So I'm going to pull a few of these things out and just get through what I can, and I'll make a part 2 if I don't get to everything. So first off, I want to look at these. Is this just a gift with purchase, Stacy? Because these fun, I guess, lucite J. Crew earrings look like there's not a thing in the world wrong with them. But they look like Jello or like water almost. Nice bright gold tone. Doesn't look like there's anything at all wrong with those. So I might put those in a things video next week. I'll stick them back in here so they don't get scratched, because they are new on the card and they look new. They're not all banged up. So that's good. Let's see, this is horn. This bracelet is horn. I don't know if there's restrictions on selling horn or not. I'll check into that, and I'll bring this to a things video as well if there are no restrictions on it, like on ivory. Of course, you can't sell ivory. There are certain, you can sell ivory under certain circumstances, but it requires tons and tons of paperwork to do that. Okay, this is a little faux, is it faux? Yeah, little faux suede bracelet with rhinestones on it. It's nice and clean and looks new. Even the little snap has a rhinestone on it. That could be a gift with purchase from my eBay store. Like when somebody buys a children's item for a girl, then I could include that as a gift with purchase. So I might just do that. Okay, here is a druzy stone. I don't know if it's faux or real, because it looks like glass on the outside, but I don't think black glassy stones like onyx or obsidian, I don't think those come in geode form. Maybe they do. Let me adjust my light a little bit. So I will look at this wire. This wire actually could be sterling, so I'll test that. These are either stone or glass. Let's take a closer look. These are definitely glass right here with the little iridescent paint on the outside. Oh, they all have it. That's just on one side of the bead. So it looks like they're alternating, and some have it and some don't. But if you rotate them around, that reflective paint is on all of these beads. They're sort of, I can't think of the stone, but I don't think these are stones with paint on them. I think they're glass. But this is well made. It's hand knotted with nice, tight, regularly spaced knots. So this is a well-made piece. I don't see a hang tag anywhere on it. I might bring that to a things video as well. Stacy, these are nice things to be in a craft lot. Okay, something's missing a stone right there, but I might have a stone that I can put in that. And I now have a tool for setting stones into prong settings. So I'll probably do a video, maybe a learn with me video, because I've never used a prong setting tool before, but I did just get one recently from Fire Mountain Gems, and I'm going to try to self-educate about how to use that tool. And I 100% am about to set this necklace aside so that I can use this to practice with. Is there a name on this? No, there's no name and no mark, but it does look very new and nice. The only thing wrong with it is that it's missing a stone. No mark at all anywhere on there. But I'll set that aside. You'll definitely see that again when I do a learn with me for how to use my my prong setting tool. Okay, here's a shell necklace. So I thought that was a pendant, but it's a whole necklace. Let's see, it needs to be reattached right here. And it looks like that might be the only thing wrong with this. I can put those threads back inside the bead. And these beads feel like wood. Little gold tone caps right there. This has sort of a nice tribal sort of look. A barrel clasp right there. And then it comes down to these shells in the front. Let's scoot everything over and get an overall look at that. This is just a repair job. So I will repair that one and bring that to a video for sure. Yeah, that's really nice. So it looks like all I'm going to have to do is reattach these. Let's see. There we go. Reattach these right there. And trim up those threads, or either push them back inside the bead and secure them down with a little spot of glue. And this nice little wooden and shell tribal necklace will be ready to go. Here's a fun little bangle with hot air balloons. In northern Alabama, there's a hot air balloon festival every May. I've never made it to that festival. I'm looking for a name on this, but I don't see one. I've never made it to that festival, but if I do, I might keep this and wear it to the festival next May. Let's see, it's sort of a rubbery, like vinyl type coating on a silver tone bangle, and it looks like something's missing right here. Something to cover that little seam, I guess. I can probably find something to put there, or maybe glue some stones on there or something like that. The hum you hear in the background is my dishwasher because I am in the kitchen right now. And you may be hearing thunder as well because once again it is rainy and stormy outside. Let's see. This says something on this back, but I can't quite make it out. C-O-M. Oh, Carol Lee. Yeah, Carol Lee is what that says. So here are some Carol Lee earrings that are actually in good shape. Okay, this bag says Carol Lee, but look what this earring says. It says Kenneth J. Lane. That is tremendous. Stacy, you're spoiling me here. Wait a minute. Okay, so this post says Kenneth J. Lane. This post doesn't say anything, and the backs say Carol Lee. So I'm going to have to do some research here. What's wrong with these for them to be in a craft lot? Okay, a few little seed beads missing, but I can fix that very easily. And that's all. That's all that's wrong, is just a handful of little tiny tube beads or seed beads. Just got to glue those in place there, and these will be ready to go. And then also, of course, I need to research these and see who actually made them, who to give the credit to. But those are nice. And this is so pretty. Look how sweet. Costa Rica. That's on my bucket list. That's someplace I would really love to go. That looks like a sunflower. Little toucan on this wooden bangle. How pretty. Maybe I'll just hang this up in my workspace so I can look at it every day and remind myself that I need to be making those plans. Oh, this is fun. It just looks like bubbles. It does look like these were pulled out of a cup of that tea. Bubble tea, boba tea. Let's see, MNG. I'm not familiar with that. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments. It's kind of... Okay, there we go. Okay, I couldn't figure that out. Okay, so here are the beads. They feel hollow, but they don't. Are they hollow? Yeah, these are hollow. And they do just look like little bubbles. Some are this translucent or transparent purplish, and then some are clear. And they're very, very clear and shiny. A little bit of dirt here, but that's probably easily cleaned. And the gold tone on the chain and clasp and hang tag are all in really nice condition. So that's a fun one too. I love green. Let's see what's wrong right here with this. Looks like maybe a multiple strand. What I come across a lot when multi-strand things are in a craft lot is that a strand has separated. You know, kind of similar to what was going on here in these multiple strands. One of them was separated from the rest of it. Let's see, this is a Jones, New York. I see something down there that should be attached that isn't. And how does it attach? It attaches into this little cone somehow. There are 2 on that side and 3 on this side. So here's the side where it needs to attach. That will probably just take a little spot of jeweler's glue inside the little cone. And then I'll clean all of that up. These are pretty faceted green beads in all different shades of green. And some of them have this AB coating. So that's pretty, and there are multiple lengths on these, and it's very long. Like the longest is probably maybe about an 18-inch drop. So that's a quick fix, I think. And a pretty little single earring right here. I don't see a maker on it, but it looks at least relatively new. That looks like it should be hanging on that Bernard necklace. Let's see what we have here. This is a stone, maybe rose quartz or amethyst maybe. I'll check these stones out. This is Loft. You have a single gold tone chain coming down to a double chain with these alternating sizes of stones, and I'll test those stones out. This is going to get a bath in the ultrasonic cleaner. Let's take a look at it. Of course, the whole thing won't show on the screen here, but and that's about an 18-inch drop also. So here are the all different sizes. And you have a single chain down to here, and then it goes into, from this jumper ring on each side, you have double chains all the way around the rest of the way. And then these very light pinkish purplish stones. Okay, Stacy is really spoiling me here with these gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. Here's some lava rock and some black faceted beads, and these little pave set beads here, and little rhinestone rondelles. This has nice weight to it, and nobody gets credit. This is a great layering piece, and it might wrap around enough times. Maybe, no. Sometimes you'll get a necklace that'll wrap around exactly enough to make a bracelet, and then sometimes you have one that'll wrap around but not quite enough. So there's how that would look on, well, sort of. Let's see. That's more like it right there. But that's beautiful. Love the lava rock and the smooth black stones together. And it's sparkly there with the rhinestones, and then the facets on the black beads really set that off. That's beautiful. And then here we have, this has a nice weight. There we go. It needs a bath. I can tell it's got some dirt here. That looks like tarnish, but it feels more like it's dirt. So that will get a bath. Lobster clasp has little, very, very little to no. Actually, I don't see any wear at all. Let's see a name on that. I'll have to look up this maker. I'll have to look that maker up. If you know that mark, I welcome your comments. And then this will need to be untangled. But these are, that's probably where some of that weight's coming from. Maybe these are crystal. As I've mentioned before, one quick way, it's not definitive, but it is a quick little precursory test for crystal, is to just pick it up. And if it feels heavier than it looks like it should feel, it's probably crystal. Okay, I'm going to untangle that, and I'll bring it back in a things video. But you have these little dangly teardrop faceted crystals. This mesh chain, rhinestone chain, big like curb link chain, and then I don't know what you would call these here, but you got these. They are pave set, and it looks like all of the stones are there on those pieces as well, and so many different chains in here. So that's a detangling project, and it needs a bath. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. I think this piece and this piece will also need a bath as well. Okay, here is a single earring. It's a silver tone, maybe pewter. It looks like a pewter with these different colored beads. Looks like a cluster of grapes almost. I'll put that right here with the other single earring. Okay, here's a K. Let's see, I have, what does that say? Love this life. One of my viewers has a last name initial K. I don't know if anyone has a first name initial. This is a crystal. And it doesn't say Alex and Ani on it anywhere, but it does have that style. So there's that, and it needs a little bath. So anything you're interested in here, just sit tight, and I'll bring them after they've had a bath and been tended to. I will bring them to a things video. This feels like porcelain, maybe. Yeah, this is porcelain. It's odd, you usually don't see it painted on both sides. This has this floral painting on the front. I'll take a closer look. It could be screen printed, but I'll take a closer look and see if that's screen printed or hand painted. And then on the back, it has something going on right there. It could be just an existing piece of glass that somebody just cut and set into this brooch setting, which is also a pendant setting. And the little pendant loop needs to be straightened out a little bit. The pin is in great shape, and the clasp, let's see, the clasp works. Yep, the clasp works just fine. So that's really pretty too. So everything that needs a, and you know, this is vintage. I can tell by the way the pin back is, the type of pin back that's on there. I want to research that. That was the dishwasher stopping. Okay, oh, my tripod broke too. I'll try to insert a picture of my broken tripod and how I finagled to be able to use it until I got a replacement for it, which I have already gotten a replacement. Here's some pretty paperclip chain that I can add to my chain collection for when I have a pendant that needs a chain. Not a thing wrong with that. That's really nice. And this is a stone of some sort. I'll test that with another paperclip chain. I wonder if these go together like as a set. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. That's how that looks. It has this big ring with a little sort of hexagonal teardrop. And then it's that long, but then it has an extender. That's beautiful. I love that natural stone. I love natural stones anyway, but this is a really nice one. Sort of a smoky grays and whites in it. A little bit of black here and there. That's probably a quartz, I would assume. Here's another porcelain brooch. Again, with a little bit on the back there. And then this is a vintage setting. The way it's attached right there, and it has the little V. Let's make sure the clasp works on this. And it does. And it's not also a pendant, it's just a brooch. This very sort of romantic style painting. of the ladies in the garden. That's pretty. Okay, it needs a little bit of a bath as well. I saw one of these a minute ago. That's the singles bar, so everybody's going to hang out right there. Okay, this is pretty. Maybe it has a mate. Some very, very light scratching on that. From the looks of the disc back, this is new because it doesn't look like it's been worn, but I don't see a name on it. So we'll see if we get any of the mates. Here's a stretchy with good stretch, but it's a small one. It's kind of, it fits me, but it's kind of snug. And I'm a 7, so if you've got a 6-inch wrist, that might fit. It looks like very similar type of beads to these little bubbly looking beads. Let's see, and that's got some wood, these little silver tone rondelles. That looks like maybe, well, I was going to say that looks maybe like ceramic, but it's not ceramic. And then these are acrylic. So this is all acrylic and wood. Little stretch bracelet with a really nice stretch. Okay, here is a faux lapis teardrop. This pretty green stone and a couple of rhinestones here and here. That's super pretty, and that'll make a beautiful pendant if we don't have a match for it. I don't see a maker on it anywhere. Nope. This can either be one pendant like this, or I can separate the two. Since there's a ring here on the green one and there's a ring also on the blue one, I can make two separate pendants. One like this and then one like this. We'll see, or maybe the mate will be found and we'll just have some earrings. Okay, here are some wood, maybe? Yeah, these are wood. A neat little boho look. Not sure what that design is. Greens and pinks on that, but these are wood. A little bit of, I'll look at that and see if it's supposed to be green right there or if that's some verdigris. Okay, well, there's the same sort of greenish color down on the side, and wood itself doesn't start to grow verdigris, but if it's next to metal that's growing it, it will transfer, the color will transfer onto the wood, but there's no reason it would be here if it's verdigris. Like down the side, it would only be where the wood is actually contacting the metal, and of course it's not contacting any metal down here on the side. And I tell you all of that to say that it's possible that the green on the underside of this little squashed bead is supposed to be like that. Okay, what we have here are some gold tone and enamel little flower earrings, it looks like. They're really sweet. Oh, and they have a name on them. These are J. Crew, actually. Gold tone and enamel with some little rhinestones there, and there they are marked J. Crew on the back of those little petals right there. These are in great condition. These are probably not the original backs. I'll clean these up and put disc backs on them. Yeah, those backs need to go. Those are not salvageable. So I'll put some disc backs on these. I'll bring these to a things video. How beautiful. Okay, next. Okay, here are some shell chips. There we go. Little turquoise colored shell chips. Those are pretty. This looks like Brighton. Oh my goodness. Speaking of Brighton and Stacy, she got a Goodwill jewelry jar recently from her local Goodwill that was just stuffed with Brighton. And I bought a lot of those pieces. I was so excited to see all of that Brighton. But this is not Brighton. but it does have that sort of look. I love this braided chain. I don't know the name of this kind of chain. I bet Susie at Dragonfly Bees knows. I bet Hannah knows at Hannah's Heirlooms. Probably Brighton and Christina both know too. But I love that kind of chain. I never have known what it's called. There's a toggle clasp here. Let's see, it looks like there's a little mark I just saw right there. What does that say? It looks like right here there's some kind of little mark. I'll have to look closer at that. But I'll bring this to a things video as well. That's really nice. Love that. Next. What is in here? Oh my. Okay, something went over here. There we go. Oops. Things just keep falling. Okay. There's this little ring with the bars on each side. That's a pretty small ring, but that's what that looks like. I know the light is not the best right here. It's because of my little kitchen setup. Oh, I was saying that earlier, but I don't think I finished saying it. I'll take a picture, or I have taken a picture, and I'll drop it in here somewhere of my little kitchen setup for looking overhead. And I'll also show you the picture of what I did when my tripod broke. Hopefully you'll get a laugh out of that picture. Okay, here are some faux pearls, I think. Yeah, these are faux pearls and little glass bicones with that type of clasp there, little choker length. And it looks nice. We'll just give a little wipe down. I don't like to put faux pearls, plastic faux pearls, into the ultrasonic because it can make the paint loosen up and peel off. If the paint's already scratched and coming off, I will put it in there so that I can remove the rest of the paint. And a lot of times there's some nice beads underneath. Oh, look. I remember when she unboxed this little rabbit. It reminds me actually of one of my favorite rings that I have. Let's see, is there a name on that? That's just a little divot. I don't see a name, but this is heavy. This cute little rabbit. And I might have, let's see, right here on my kitchen counter, windowsill. I keep a little collection of things. This is a favorite sterling bracelet of mine. This is that lapis ring that I plated in my video. Oh, that's the weather alarm. My husband's going to take a look at that. Here's my Kinder Scott bracelet, my copper bracelet that I got in San Antonio. Let's see, I got this a long time ago from Deborah at Timeless Jewel by Deborah. That's one of my favorite bracelets. Little elephant. Everybody knows about my Christian Dior bracelet. I don't really know what that is. But what I'm looking for, oh, here it is. Here it is. The rabbit reminds me of one of my very favorite rings, which is, I'll put it on now. The reason it's on my kitchen windowsill is because I took it off to wash dishes one day. So I'll take off my lapis, my labradorite that I've been wearing. I'll add it to the windowsill dish, and I will put on my little bird. This is a Lucky brand. Right there, little bird. His head is like pastel pink and dark brown and lighter brown on his wings and tail. And then these little carved details, or probably molded details, all the way around. But I love this little ring. It's one of my favorites. It has been for years. But this little rabbit here reminds me of my little bird. So we will put the rabbit over here so that he can get a bath. Okay, here is a fun little silver tone earring. And this, okay, the first Fire Mountain Gems video that I showed, I had actually bought a little package of, or actually maybe, I think it was the second video. Anyway, the little package of stone butterflies that were really tiny. And this actually looks a lot like them. And this is a stone, probably rose quartz. And this, is that the same ring? Probably is. There we go. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, I did think it was this kind of adjuster right here that you adjust by pulling the little beads, because it's got this sort of braided closure, and then you adjust it like that. And then here are the beads, these pretty tube beads and the round beads, and it's knotted to keep them in their little stations. It's hand knotted at the top and bottom of each one of these little stations. And this is thread. I'm not sure what type of thread. I don't think it's silk. And then there's carved details on the little butterfly. So pretty. I could maybe take those little stone butterflies that I got in the Fire Mountain Gems package and make some earrings that would go with that, or maybe a little bracelet or something. But that's pretty. I'll put him back in his little bag. And what have we here? Okay, these are pearls, genuine pearls. And is this a bolo style? Okay, no, I thought this would slide up and down, but it does not. This sort of, I think this is serpentine chain, and it is, wow, Stacy, this is 925, and genuine pearl. That's just beautiful. The pearls, it's not really showing up on the video. The color is a very pastel pink. That's just gorgeous. Lots of things to come to my things video. Okay, what have we here? This is a statement and a half. Oh, I love this. Okay, this is J. Crew. The hang tag is, oh no, it's not missing. There it is right there. But look at this. Okay, it is this bright, or I should say kind of deep emerald green. And is that green also? No, those are black. And then these sort of, can't tell if those are glass or not, and I can't get them around to tap each other. Now that's acrylic here on these Larimar colored stones. And then these clear glass ones. They don't have any, see, they're clear all the way through. They don't have any foil on the back of them. And then these little white rhinestones kind of embellishing everything in between. That's beautiful. Wow. That'll come to a things video for sure. Are all the stones here? Why in the world, Stacy? Is this in a craft lot? Was it my birthday? That is beautiful. I don't see anything wrong with it just looking at it, but if something is wrong, I will probably harvest the chain and then do something with these little individual stones. The single stone necklaces seem to be pretty popular when I had the blue stones to make those with. So I would probably make single stone necklaces out of these if something ends up being wrong with this. I don't see anything off the top right now that is wrong with it. But that's beautiful. Okay. Oh, we have a match for these little silver tone cages. Make sure that it's just silver tone. Yeah, it is. It is. So we have some matches right there. Oh, we have another match. These are little sort of grape clusters. Those are cute. Right there. You'll get a bath as well. This is a clip earring. that if I don't find the match to it, it's going to become a pendant. See, it's got a name that I cannot read. The light is not great at all. Oh, Sarah Cove. Okay, that does Sarah Cove. And the gold tone looks great. And the little stones are all nice and bright, no dead stones. It's got that glittery surface. So, very nice. This will definitely be a pendant if I don't find a match to it. Here's a little, this feels like that art clay. Yeah, this is someone's homemade project. Love to see people being creative. This probably is the art clay. They probably stamped that little design on there and then cut these out and glued a post on. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. It's fuchsia. Let's see, no name. Little fuchsia stones and a red stone. Bright gold tone with nowhere to be seen. And that'll be a nice pendant also. Or a charm. That could be a purse charm. Actually, this could be a purse charm also. This would be a neat purse charm. Okay, shells. A shell bracelet with lots of good firm stretch. I like how they're overlapping like that. That's really neat. And somebody had to actually be very intentional about how they cut these, because they're cut on the part of the shell, and I'm sure this took multiple shells, but it's cut on the part of the shell where you've got this rounded part that naturally leads into a thicker part of the shell so that they can fit together, overlapping like that. I love to see how things are constructed and how someone like pulled something off. That is just gorgeous, and I love how the craftsperson had to be very intentional about making these uniform size and where they cut the piece off of the shell. That's tremendous. I kind of get geeky about that kind of thing, about the work somebody puts into it and using their imagination and creativity. But that's pretty. That's very pretty. Okay, continuing to move along. This looks very Kirk's Folly-esque to me. It is not Kirk's Folly, I can tell by the feel of it, but it does have that sort of look. Little star, 2 stars and a moon, and that would be a nice purse charm. A long hoop here that's just gold tone, no wear on it. Lots of things I can do with that. Oh, we have another match here with these silver tone hoops. And those are going to get a bath. Nothing wrong with those. Ooh, this is pretty. This reminds me of 1928. Let's peek at the back and see. No, it is not 1928. It does have a mark of some kind right there. Looks like numbers, but it's not going to be a 1928. I'll have to look closer, and I'll bring that maybe to a things video and give you more information about it. Let's see, I have some more light right over here. Let me look under my extra light. I can't really tell. It looks like numbers, but I can't really tell, but it's pretty. It has all these little details on it, veins in the leaves, little stone in the middle of the tiny flower there. Oh, it's missing a stone in the middle of this flower. That's probably easy enough to get another little black bead and glue in there if this ends up having a mate. Hopefully it does, because that is beautiful. Okay, and here we go. Oh, 2 matches. So this has a match. So its potential as a purse charm is, that's not going to happen now. Unless one of these ends up getting lost, then the mate will, the mate can be a purse charm after that. But right now we have a pair of earrings. Beautiful. And then here we go here. This reminds me of Claire Huxtable. That very much looks like her. If you know who that is. Those are very pretty. About an 1.25 inches or so long. Okay. And here we go, the shell chips. We have a match there. Those need new hooks. This, someone was practicing their wire wrapping, I think. That looks hand done. And the silver tone is wearing on these hoops, which might make them good candidates for gold plating. I can take these wires off and put these through the steps of gold plating and turn them into pendants or something. That's, I need to do another gold plating video. Okay, how far are we in? Oh, I've stopped and started a couple of times, so I'm not really sure. I'm going to go straight through and see what... I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, as they say. Okay. I love going through these things. I happen to have the time. It's a rainy afternoon. Everyone is at work and off doing their thing. So why not? What better way to spend a rainy afternoon than looking at jewelry? Here are these, a match to this one. And that is someone's homemade project. And I'm going to bring those to a things video as well. It doesn't have to be something fancy to be worthy of a things video. These are valuable in their own way. People's home crafted things, that is, because it used someone's creativity and someone's effort and time and imagination. And that kind of thing, as I said, I get geeky about that. That kind of thing impresses me. Because you're not just looking, when you look at these, you're not just looking at a pair of just little art clay earrings. You're looking at someone's time. The one thing you don't get any more of is time. And someone used some of theirs to make this. And they sat down and used their hands with it. And I don't know, like I said, I get geeky about that. So here are the long gold tone hoops. About 1.5 inches. Those are very, very pretty with no wear to be seen on those. I'll give those a quick bath. This is pretty. It feels very substantial and looks very substantial. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. Look at that. That just looks luxurious. That is the name of this one. Just luxurious. It has this cord, satin cord, beautiful crystal beads with the AB coating, and that is crystal. Here are some plastic faux pearls, silver chain. So you have 2 strands of the satin cord, this ivory color and navy. You have smaller crystal beads and the larger ones. Silver tone findings, or is that a light gold tone? Actually, that's a light gold tone. Then you have a little rhinestone here at the end of the extender. If I find something wrong with this one, it will yield lots of crafting material. Just at first glance, though, I don't really see anything wrong with it. So there we go. Beautiful. So many beautiful things here. This Reminds me of the bumblebee girl from the No Rain video in the 80s. That's super pretty. Look at that. This would have been very at home around her neck. This little flower looks like an afterthought. It's not really the same shade of yellow. I don't know. I don't think this little flower is original to the necklace. But you've got this little heart-shaped toggle clasp. And I think it's just silver tone. Sort of an antiqued silver tone. These little silver tone crimps at the end. Silver tone spacers in between. And all of these beads are acrylic. And I may actually take this little flower off because it just really looks like it isn't original to the necklace. It doesn't look like it goes. I don't know. We'll see. If I bring it, I might bring it to a things video, and if no one buys it, then after that, I'll take the little flower off. But there's that. Some little plastic faux pearls. Just your basic general faux pearls. And these are, oh no, these are not. These are quite heavy. These feel like hematite. I have this type of clasp here, which I really like those because, you know, if it comes undone, you know, your necklace is not going to fall off. Check this out. You got to see how heavy this is. Let's turn on the scale. Let's change it to grams. There we go. Got alarms going off left and right. There we go. 93 grams. This is a heavy necklace. And it's beautiful. It glows almost. If something dark charcoal gray or black can glow, this is doing it. That is beautiful and quite substantial. Hand knotted. Very well done hand knotting. The best hand knotting you can tell when you're looking for quality hand knotting is it's going to be tight between the beads. No space for the beads to move back and forth, but not so tight that the piece looks stiff. Like tight enough to keep the beads from moving, but it still has this flexibility and flow like that. If it's so tight that it just looks stiff, then that's too tight. But this is just right, very nicely done and beautiful. Okay, another critter ring. He's missing his eyes. No, he's not. He has little brown rhinestone eyes, a cute little owl, a brass ring. Can he join my bird? Should he, which way should he look? Should he look at me, or should he look at whoever I'm showing him to? I guess I'll be looking at him the most, so I'll let him look at me. Okay, here we go. This looks interesting. A multi-strand necklace that looks like a knot. Okay, the end of the chains are secured, right, or the ends of the chains are secured there. And then they come underneath this little wire on this side to hang freely in the front. These little ends, like that. Snake chain, a triple chain. And I don't see a maker on it anywhere, so it's gold tone. And that's beautiful. That is absolutely stunning. That's just beautiful. Okay, here we go. This is a little faux druzy, acrylic faux druzy. Has little hearts on the underside. And let's see, maybe a 6. I think it's about a size 6 because this finger here is a size 7. Okay, I'm going later this week, actually, speaking of this finger. My wedding rings are at the jeweler's getting resized because my finger grew, or my knuckle grew, and so I had to get my wedding rings resized. So that's why I'm wearing my husband's high school ring. So later this week, after I get my wedding rings back, this will go back where it belongs, and I'll have my wedding rings on. But all of that I thought of to tell you because I know that this finger is a 7 because it recently got sized at the jeweler's. So this is Betsy Johnson. It's a brass tone little nautical necklace. You have an anchor, little life preserver, another anchor and another anchor, and what is this, like a buoy maybe? And then a navy blue ribbon woven through this bronze tone chain. Yeah, that's just all bronze tone. So it's a Betsy Johnson sort of nautical themed necklace. And if you keep up with trends and fashion forecasts and all that, this coming fall, nautical will be one of the in looks for this coming fall. Okay, here we go. These are someone's project again. This little navy blue art clay or plastic vinyl cutouts maybe. And they need a bath. But they have this texture around them, and they were probably cut out with a little die cutter maybe of some kind for them to be so uniform. And post backs with clutch closures. Cute. Little champagne glasses stacked up. Okay. Oh, we have a match here on the Kirk's Folly-esque earrings. So that's not going to be a purse charm after all, because we have a matching pair of earrings. Those will go to a things video as well. See, gunmetal, and it looks new with no wear. I don't see a name. It looks like maybe a loft piece. A good layering necklace. It's open on both sides with these clear rhinestones. It's long. Let's see. It looks like all of the rhinestones are there. Yeah, nothing's broken, nothing's missing. I bet there was a hang tag, and I bet that's missing. But there we are with those pretty things. This will yield lots of crafty bits if it turns out something is missing. Like when I check both sides of all of these little settings, there might be one missing from the back. The reason I'm making 2 separate stacks, you'll see me putting some things up here and some things over here. On this side, I'm putting things that can go in the ultrasonic, and up there I'm putting things that cannot. Let's see, we had this one already. There it is. So I got another match, and it looks like everything is there. Yeah. Check that out. Everything is there. Those are beautiful. The reason that these would go in the can't go in the ultrasonic pile is because I don't know what adhesive was used to put these rhinestones in, and certain adhesives can be weakened in the ultrasonic. So since I don't know what the adhesive is, I'm just going to wipe these down. Okay, what have we here? These are faux pearls. You can already tell that. Let's see. This is Alfani. Silver tone snake chain. Faux pearls. Let's see, the snake chain's kind of wrapped around itself. That'll be a little bit of an untangling job, but I think we can look at it close enough to get the basic idea here. There. So it just looks like that. The two strands on each side come down to a big faux pearl, and then like the little fringe, I guess, or trail comes off the bottom. It looks like it has no wear really to speak of. Those are great pieces. Let's see. I don't want to put those. Those are plastic faux pearls, so I don't want to put those in the ultrasonic. Okay, and let's pull out the last pile that we have here. Okay, little textured gold tone hoop. Has that sort of Chanel quilty look. I don't know if you can hear that thunder. The storm's really hanging in there. Well, storms, plural. They're coming and going, moving in and out. Let's see, it looks like, I'll have to take a closer look, but at first peek, it looks like these are all here. This is a stretch ring. Very statementy and very elegant. Let's see, both of these are right here next to each other, and they're pretty. Let's see. Looks like everything's there. The gold tone looks nice. The lever backs are in great working order. Beautiful. Love those. Here's an ankh. It's like an Egyptian fertility symbol. And that could just be this color, or it could be very tarnished sterling. There's something right there, and I can't tell if it's a divot or if it's a sterling stamp. So I'll set that aside till I can look closer. This is pretty. This is stone. Gold tone closure. Let's see how well that works. It works very nicely. I don't see a name on it, but that's beautiful. So you have gold tone beads and little black glass, probably. Yes, little glass beads and gold tone beads in between these likely rose quartz. Those are beautiful. Maybe you can hear that. This looks like Kate Spade. Look at that. How does the closure work? Oh, there we go. You push the little lever right there. There we go. And it is Kate Spade, New York, right there. It has a little bit of wear, a little bit of pitting on the inside. Is that pitting or just dirt? I'll clean it up and bring it to you in a things video and give you more information about it there. But that's beautiful. So it's gold tone with black enamel and the little spade cutouts. The clasp is in great shape. On the outside of it, it's in gorgeous condition. And then there's, you know, whatever this is, whether it's dirt or pitting or something on the inside. But I'll show you more detail on that when I bring it to a video. But that's beautiful. Let's see, I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll put that in the ultrasonic. Okay, these are genuine pearls, silver tone beads, and a little toggle closure. It is China 925. and it is beautiful. So you have these larger pearls around, and then tiny, tiny ones right there, silver tone spacers in between, and then a 925 toggle closure. And it is adjustable like so. There we go, just like that. And the colors here are this deep chocolate brown. That's the color of the pearls. That's very pretty. Some more rose quartz. We've gotten a lot of that in this lot. Let's see, this is Natasha, a cha-cha necklace. Let's spread that out with all of these beautiful teardrops. Let's see, these are acrylic, well, faceted acrylic beads, so not rose quartz this time. But beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's try it this way. There we go. There's not any wear on it, so we'll give that one a bath. This will be tested for potential jade, and it could be jadeite or nephrite. Of course, jadeite is more valuable, the more valuable of the two. There's a magnetic closure, and it's just little chips. Very pretty. Shorter length on that one. Love green. Okay, this looks like, yep, we have a mate. There we go. And remember, these are acrylic stones, and it has little gold flecks in it to imitate lapis, but you know, it is acrylic. It is not actual stones. So we have those, and we have another match here, and they are both missing the little stone in the middle of the flower. So I can take just a couple of little black beads and glue those in, and these will be ready to go. I love the little extra detail work in there. Those are gorgeous. Okay, a wire wrapping project here. This looks like someone's home project. That stone black. It's got some dirt on it, so it's kind of hard to see, but it'll get a bath. I think that's a black stone with some silver tone wire and a silver tone ring. It's not going to stay on my finger, but we'll give that a bath. Here we go, another match. Sarah Cove, and these are beautiful. Just in time for summer parties, wedding showers, baby showers. Those are beautiful. Costume Classic, Sarah Cove. I love a good chunky, substantial chain, and that's what we have here. A gold tone chain. I don't see a maker. No, I don't see a maker on it. It's just curb chain. Nice substantial one that will go in my chain collection for when I have a nice substantial pendant that I want to put with it. Okay, here's the other little champagne glass tower. That's something fun, maybe to wear to the bridal shower or the bachelorette. Probably better the bachelorette party. Not, you wouldn't wear that to the shower. I don't know, maybe you might. But it looks like everything's there, and those are fun. Here is a ring that looks, I don't know, that looks very Taxco-esque. Let's see, it is 925 Mexico, but I don't see any of the Taxco markings, but it is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. And there's the markings right here. Mexico, and 925. Very pretty. Okay, here's some stones. They've got good stretch on them. So I'll have to test to see what those are. They're just sherbet shades. Just little pastel sherbet shades. Pink, green, a little bit of orange. That's pretty. This looks like a piece of that bubble necklace. So I wonder if one of these little bubble beads is actually broken. So that little piece looks like it could have come off of one of these purple beads. So I'll have to check that and see. This is, oh, this is those little seeds. I'm not sure what the seeds are, but this is, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of them. Little tiny, tiny seeds, but I've never seen them this color. And it's got, see, I think this is acrylic. Yeah, that's acrylic. This little tassel is just sort of a sage green. No closure and no branding. But you have little tiny separators between these seeds. And the seeds are dyed all sorts of shades of sort of cream and gray, slate, taupe. Very pretty. And then one side of this little ring is white and the other side is brown and cream. Okay. Shell chips. Little iridescent teal colored bead there that's faceted. A little fuchsia one and a purple one. Little key charm. That's just a fun little bracelet. Looks like you might pick it up at the souvenir shop at the beach. This is a pendant. Or I guess if you have a really thin scarf, it could be a little scarf thing. Teardrop shaped. Looks like pewter with little cutouts. This little paisley design and hammered right there on each side. That one's pretty. This is beautiful. I think I remember when Stacy unboxed this one. It has almost the look of like a bottle stopper. It's got this loose, if you can hear that. There's a little stone inside, and that took some skill to carve this out, leaving some of it inside so that it would be trapped within. Someone had to really plan that out, to carve all of this, leaving some of it in there, and then the bit that's in there even carved to be round and relatively smooth. People amaze me. I want to test this. I have no idea what that could be. It's a stone of some kind, and this could be glass or some kind of stone. And then you've got this cord, another possible stone here at the end that is adjustable by just sliding it up and down. I am very eager to find out some more information about this. Very interesting. Okay, this is acrylic. It is New York. So I guess New York and Company. A sort of chalcedony color of these faceted beads with, I don't know, brass tone. Little faceted spacers. That's pretty. That can go in the ultrasonic. And then here are these little glass beads with glitter inside. Hand knotted with great handiwork done with the hand knotting, and little tiny caps also between each of the beads. A matte gold tone lobster clasp with crimps on the ends. Very simple, but very pretty. Look how that shimmers. That's beautiful. And then, oh, it's that little Ankh ring, a little Egyptian fertility symbol. Need to check that for sterling. And see, I got something falling off. Okay, these little sort of quilted look gold tone hoops. Sort of a little bit of hint at a Chanel type of look. These are not Chanel, definitely, but they do have that look. I bet they'll clean up very nicely. I don't see any loss of the gold tone. And they have that pretty cushion quilted design embossed on them. And that's what they look like from the back. And nobody gets credit for them. Yeah, there's no maker listed on those. And then this little bar ring, which I don't remember looking for a mark on it. Let's look really quick. And no mark can I see. So there we are. All right, we have all of our, oh, that can't go in the ultrasonic because it's wood. So we have all of our pieces that are going in the ultrasonic and being researched and repaired. Oh, that's why it was over here. It's a repair job. And then all of these that definitely just don't need repair and can't go in the cleaner. And then I've got to look closer to see if this has a broken bead because of this little piece I found. So here we are with everything. So I really, really appreciate you joining me. I always love bringing these things to you and going through them together. Thank you so much for joining me today and spending some of your precious time with me. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Share it with someone else who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.